Hello lads and lasses, these are 5 points from last year that I have learned about powerlifting that has really helped me in training physically and mentally, and none of these points are in a specific order of importance. They've all really helped me and I hope they'll help you too. So without further ado, let's get into it. Number 1 is your motivation is going to dip. You are going to have to rely on discipline further down the road, not so much motivation, because motivation really does come and go, and you just kind of have to rely on the fact that this is now becoming part of your schedule and you've got to go to the gym whether you like it or not. Imagine it's a bit like school or work. You have to go, right? Even if you don't want to. I feel like if you relay that mindset with the gym as well and it becomes part of your schedule, then that really solidifies discipline and therefore progress. You're going to go through waves of like really enjoying the gym, and then other times you're going to go through waves of just not wanting to go at all. But those are the days that really matter, because that's where most progress is made. It might not be the most physical progress, but it's definitely the most mental progress. There's been days where I've literally just been like, no, I'm not going. I've made like a million excuses. My external factors as to why I'm not going to the gym are really bad. E.g., I've had like rubbish hours sleep, I've not eaten a lot, or I've eaten too much, I've been driving a lot, all of these factors, but I still choose to go and I still push myself through that. See it as rep for rep instead of session for session, because I'll convince myself by basically saying, right, just go in there and do 1 compound, and by the time I've done that 1 compound, I'm hyped, I'm ready for the whole session. That's a really good tip if anyone wants to use it. Just take it set by set. The second point, which kind of goes on from the first point, is
there is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. Stop saying that there's a tomorrow. I watched the 4 Rocky films before my powerlifting competition last year, and it got me really hyped because I was going through a time before my comp where I was kind of injured. My motivation was hanging super low because of it, and I thought, why am I even going to do this competition? But I did it anyway. I definitely owe me doing the competition anyway, even with all of these problems, is because of these Rocky films. And in Rocky 3, Apollo Creed basically says to Rocky, there is no tomorrow, and that really stuck with me because as an excuse I used, oh, I'll go tomorrow, so many times, but since watching that film I think I've done it maybe once or twice. It shows I'm still human, but definitely more than kind of like the tens of times I'd done it before that. Apollo Creed was really onto something there. It happens especially for my day 4s. I'm like, oh, I can just do it tomorrow on Saturday, and I just have to remind myself there is no tomorrow, there is no Saturday yet. Let's get this session done, and then you've got the whole weekend to rest. I keep saying that there is no tomorrow because there is no tomorrow. Third thing I've learned is diet is well and truly key. At the start of the year, I was coming off one of the biggest cuts of my life. I lost about 25 kg of fat. I decided to bulk for the first time, bulking incorrectly. And comparing the 2 times in my life, you expect to be stronger and more kind of clear-headed on a bulk because you're in a surplus, all your hormones are at the correct level, you're sufficiently satiated, and hopefully you're also drinking enough water. But the point is, you'd expect to be training better on a bulk than you do a cut. But what I realized, especially through dirty bulking, is that I didn't even feel that much better on a bulk, if at all. I perhaps didn't feel a lot stronger on the cut, but I definitely felt a lot more clear-headed, which helped me get through my sessions and kind of indirectly be stronger, if that makes sense. And I take that all down to diet is key, because on my cut, I roll through rice and chicken and vegetables and fish and all of these, and I'd like cycle them, so it was a really good diet. And then as soon as I started dirty bulking, it was literally just anything goes. I was just super foggy headed, and nothing was really good. So I'm going to take that into the future, especially this year while I'm cutting. So next time I lean bulk, I'll still be basically having the same diet as when I was cutting, just having more of it, so I'm in a surplus. And hopefully I can then really see the strength gains as well as keeping that clear-headedness, and by extension making a lot more progress. Number 4, it takes years to learn something, not months. I definitely thought by the end of the year I would be like so good at deadlifts, for example. I'm nowhere near a master at deadlifts. I'm not even like an intermediate level of deadlifter yet, but I'm definitely not a beginner. You need to look at progress long term and not just short term, because if I think of my deadlift progress at the end of the year compared to other people that have been training for years upon years upon years, then I'm bound to be disappointed. But if I look at it from the start of the year, compared to the end of the year, it's a night and day difference. And it's really exciting because yes, the progress is immense over the year, but it's only going to get even better than that over the years and over the years and over the years as I continue and continue and continue. So don't beat yourself up if you're thinking, why am I not progressing on a certain compound? Why is my form so bad on a certain compound? It'll come with time and practice though. You've got to have those two things in order to make that compound become better. Deadlift quickly became my favorite of the compound lifts. So I was just so desperate to learn and how to become better at deadlifts. So much so I would just be randomly round my house or outside and I just randomly do a deadlift with the air. It looked kind of dumb, but the point is I'm just trying to get better and better and better at deadlifts. And it worked because deadlift quickly became my best compound, as well as, I'd say, the best form out of my 3 compounds. And then 5th and finally, you've got to make sacrifices. Something I'm guilty of, like sometimes I'll dead off a day 4 to go and out with my mates, which is what you need to do because you need to have a social life as well as going in the gym. But then it's all about balance, right? If I'm deading off every single day 4 to go out with my mates, there's an issue there. So pick your battles. If like 2 of them are going out, you don't necessarily have to join them. You can kind of get that cheeky day 4 in. But if it's a massive event like a birthday or just all of you are going out, definitely go with them. Because yeah, it's all about balance. And I'm using social life here as an example, but it's many things, right? Don't go eating a bunch of food that's all rubbish for you all the time. That's a sacrifice, not having really enjoyable food and instead having a bit of maybe repetition in your food. And that builds discipline too. All these 5 points are interlinked with each other. And these are all 5 points that I genuinely have really learned over my year of powerlifting. So thank you for listening. I hope at least one of these points you take away and kind of understand a bit more. Little honest mention, you are strong enough to start powerlifting. Don't think you're not. I literally squatted 100 kilos in my first comp.